Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to our new quarantine interview series where we feature artists in isolation. Today we're going to be introducing you to the artist Sara Colyer. Enjoy.
For those who don't know who we are, I'm Paul Gibbs, and the other guy is named Miller, and that beautiful young lady at the bottom is Sara Colyer. Sara, how are you
Hey
doing
Sara.
today?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
We're awesome.
We're good, yeah.
Hey, you all right? Okay, good. Yeah. Well, friends, we thought we would just get together with Sara. As you know, some of you know, we've been working together with Sara on for a while now on a new CD, her first CD actually. And boy, I tell you, we're getting really close. Just a couple songs left to actually put together, and then all the final work. But the COVID-19 virus thing has kind of
Put a damper on it.
yeah put a damper on it for sure. But uh, we're not letting that stop us, and we're continuing the best we can. Although no one, including Sara, has not been able to certainly come into the studio to do any recording. But as we can, we're working on progressing with it and things with her CD. But we thought we'd like to bring Sara on video here and just let you folks get to know her a little bit and talk to her, and maybe share a few thoughts that first of all, just to let you guys know what's going on, and also maybe some thoughts and things to help you as you're in your journey doing what God has called you to do. So Nate, I'll let you take it from there. We have a couple things that we wanted to talk with Sara about.
Yeah, so again, if you guys aren't familiar with Sara, you can go on her Facebook feed and you'll see tons of pictures, some video that we've done with her. We actually did a music video for one of the songs that she recorded in the
Yeah.
studio. But like Paul said, we've been working on an album with her for it's been over a year now, Sara, hasn't it?
Yeah, yep. Work in progress, but coming
Yeah.
together nicely.
But I think one of
Yeah.
the cool things about you as an artist is when you first met with us, you really didn't have an idea exactly what you wanted to do with your music. You kind of knew that God blessed you with the ability to sing, a love for music, and you wanted to do
Oh yeah,
something with that, but you didn't know what. Um, I don't know if you kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Like, what kind of prompted you first? Like, how did you kind of feel God urging you to do something with your music?
church. Definitely church.
Church.
Mom says that I've been singing from the womb, so watch home videos and I'm almost always singing. So I always loved, really enjoyed it. But till I was about 17, started singing in church, is when I kind of started doing it, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So doing it in church with just a couple friends playing guitar, mandolin, piano, and I just recently, about a year ago, started taking voice lessons, and it's amazing the people that you meet in this industry.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So many nice, wonderful people. It's a very open community.
It is,
Very
isn't it?
grateful,
Yeah.
feel blessed to have been a part of it.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
the industry is blessed to have you to be having you be a part of it.
Yeah.
How have you let's see, going from wanting, I mean, because you've crossed that border, you crossed it quite a while ago from
Mm.
wanting to do it to actually doing it. And
Yes.
yeah, how did that feel? And when did that really, and maybe we can't really pinpoint when that happened, because maybe it's a gradual thing. But when did you kind of realize, oh wow, I'm actually doing this?
I think it was song 2 or 3 that we
Okay. Yeah.
did, and we were able to post it, actually seeing people's responses. That's when it
Yeah.
all really became real. I mean, yeah, I can come to the studio and we can do this, but until it was kind of live and public, it
Hmm.
wasn't really like, it was just
Yeah.
something that I was working on.
Right.
So, yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference between just singing for yourself in your home or for your friends and family, and then putting it out online where it's open to the entire world. Anybody can see it. That really makes things feel real, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it sure does.
Never know who you're going to touch. I mean, that's one thing that I sincerely pray, is that whatever I put into words through music, that someone who needs to hear it hears it. Because that to me is what brings me joy. Like having someone else hear those lyrics and getting that positive feedback, like, oh, this song, it was what I needed when something tragic or something uplifting, you know, it's just
Right.
what I get joy out of, hearing
Yeah.
what
So,
other
so
people think of the lyrics.
yeah, so
Right.
speaking of
So
that, I'm curious, and maybe there isn't anybody that you can think of, but has there been anybody that maybe you didn't know, that wasn't in your immediate circle, that kind of reached out to you and that either heard or saw you singing online and made a comment like that about one of your songs?
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people that I know, but really, like, I would say hi, but like didn't really know them. Um, I had no idea personal history or things that they were going through, and them hearing a song, like they kind of made comments, and it was nice
Mm.
to be able to know that I brought some kind of joy or comfort through God, and just being able to share that with someone. So
Wow.
yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And we always say it's so true that when we're blessed to be a blessing to other people, and when God gives us that gift, whether it's singing, you know, music, singing, whatever it might be, he blesses us, and then when we bless others, it's like you said, we feel good about that, and it goes both ways. It's like a ball, just keeps bouncing back and forth.
All for his glory. All for his glory.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. What are some so when you and your mom has been in your corner, and we knew
Oh,
that. We knew that
oh
from
yeah.
day one. We gotta talk about mom, right? We gotta get that in because she has
Yes.
been so. Tell a little bit about that getting started. Your mom's been right there with you,
I don't think she's probably missed maybe one studio meeting, maybe two.
right?
She's always been there to cheer me up. Um, she has found so many of my songs that I've done,
Yeah,
because she's just like, hey, I think I can hear you saying this. And then I hear it and I'm just like, I'm falling in love with this song and the lyrics. Like, yes, this is the next one that I'm going to do.
yeah, yeah.
And we have that bond that we kind of can know what I can do, what I might not be able to reach, the
Hmm.
certain high notes. And
Mm.
it, yeah, she's definitely my coach, and yeah, my
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 We appreciate her as well. We've gotten to know both of you, and it's been really great. Um, what about when you first? And a lot of people talk about self-doubt and insecurity, and I don't think I can do this. Was that something that really kind of? So many people feel that, and Nate and I talk about it, and we still feel it. I mean, we've been doing it a while, but was that something that really was that an
Oh
obstacle that
my
you
gosh,
faced?
yes, I still have doubts, and people will ask me to sing at their churches or family banquets, things like that, and I'm just like, oh no, like I have to perform live, like
Yeah,
oh my gosh, like no, thank you, but like
I'd love
it's
to,
just
but
yeah, but lots of prayer, practice prayer, more prayer.
yeah,
um,
yeah,
yeah, if if God's in it, He'll work it out.
that's true,
I
isn't it?
mean,
That's always true. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well,
my mom
and
talk me
mom.
out of anything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
So,
that's
um, So, Sarah, I know you're still kind of new to the process, even though you've been doing this for a little over a year now. But the whole idea of like coming into a studio, not really having a concept, like now we're working on a full album. But when you came, it was more of like, let's just do a song or two and see how this goes.
Yeah.
Um, so you're still kind of finding your way. But has there been anything that sticks out in your mind that was like a total like surprise to you? Like I don't know. Like, did you walk in and be like, "Oh wow, I didn't know it would be like this"? Like, what's something that kind of stands out in your mind that really kind of surprised you about the process?
Um, how easygoing it is. I mean, if it's not quite right, we take another take. It's
Oh yeah,
okay.
Hmm.
It's not like a one time and you're done. Like, it's okay to work through it. And if it takes an extra take to get it done, I mean, you guys are super personable. Like, you guys have worked so hard with me and to make this a success. And I'm so thankful for you guys. But yeah, knowing that it's not something super pressured. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, this is like $1,000 an hour to like do
Yeah.
this. I have to get it done quickly. Like, I can take my time,
right.
know that
Yeah.
it's okay if it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be. Like,
Right.
it's okay. It's supposed to be a representation of me and the lyrics and just having fun. Like,
Right.
it's not
Yeah.
supposed to be something stressful. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good because somebody who's never been in a studio before, they might assume, just like you just said, like, oh, I have to come in, I got to do one take, and if it's not good, that's what goes out there. But that's
Yeah.
not the case at all.
Mm.
If you have a good producer, they will work with you. I know even just working with you, we've tried songs and they just didn't work, so we put them on the shelf and we did something else. You know?
Yeah.
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 Yep, that works.
That's a good point, and and that leads me into the to talk about uh, what thoughts, what advice, what yeah, I guess I'll say advice for the lack of a better term, you might give, Sarah, to someone who's maybe on the road behind you and just maybe just thinking about it and really is where you were a year or 2 years ago. And that's one good thought is that if and when time comes to record, whether it's with us or wherever, to make sure it's an environment where it certainly can be an environment that's very relaxing and low pressure. But what else would you say to someone that's kind of coming along behind you?
Um,
Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
Pray, ask for guidance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a couple songs that you think could these might be the ones that you want to work on, ask for people's advice. Ask for what they think might suit your voice, or some of the lyrics might be better than others. Just kind of get a little bit of feedback to know
Yeah.
kind of what people want. That's been a really great help for me narrowing down like 3 or 4 songs, talking to you guys, talking to mom, just kind of having some input. Just
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, this stressful, like I have to narrow it down to one song when you have 100 favorites. Like,
Yeah.
you have to like
Right.
go like full force. And I can be kind of like a list maker, and I'll make a huge list, but narrowing it down to, okay, which one do I want to do right now?
Yeah.
And that's been a help, getting other people to kind of just give me feedback, like
Yeah.
what can
Okay.
you hear me singing, what lyrics kind of stand out to you. So yeah,
So not to be alone in it. Um, and
definitely some people.
right, have people around you. Yeah. And I
Family.
I guess also, and you've had to be, and you certainly are, but anybody in that situation has to be open to that feedback, don't they?
Yes. If someone says something, don't take it too personally.
Yeah.
It 9 times out of 10, it's not meant to be personal.
Right.
I mean, it's mostly just critical feedback. Like, it's not meant to hurt you. It's meant to empower you.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, there are haters that are just going to be rude, but
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're just trying to be helpful.
Right.
So, yeah, don't take it to heart.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. But I guess so. Having positive influences, positive people around you
Yes.
can give you constructive feedback.
Definitely.
Thoughts there, Nate?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking about, yeah, it's so hard when you get feedback from people, because, you can get positive feedback from people and negative feedback, and you got to take both of them with a grain of salt, because just because somebody tells you something is great and they loved it, it's the same as somebody telling you, oh, I hated that, it was no good. Like,
Yeah.
opinions are a dime a dozen. You really have to kind of like you said, pray about it. And if you feel like God's leading you to do a certain song, to go a certain direction, and you ask people that you trust that are close to you, and they all prayerfully agree, then it really doesn't matter what other people say, either good or bad. You just kind of have to trust God. It can be tough, because you can really rely on even good feedback from people, and that can steer you in the wrong direction if you start leaving the direction that you felt God was leading you in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And if you put something out there that you worked hard on and you're proud of it, and then you get some negative feedback, it's like, well, this brought me joy. I'm not gonna, don't let it get you. I've done that before. You put something that you've worked hard on, and you get like one just negative comment, and it just sticks in the back of your head. You gotta let it go. You just can't let it. It's one person. It's their opinion.
Right.
If you love what you do it.
Do it.
I mean, go for it.
Yeah. I guess there's a difference between people just offering opinions, good or bad, and people supporting you. We want people to support us. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm out of notes. Sarah, who has influenced you as far as whether it's bigger name artists, or popular artists, or somebody just local that
I have always been surrounded by music, either the radio, CDs. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like when I was younger, I loved Britt Nicole and Mandisa. They were two of my favorite kind of pop teen Christian artists. I still love them. And then as I got older, I got more into Third Day. Love that band. David Crowder, he's one of my favorites. Matt Redman.
You're doing a couple of Lauren Daigle songs.
Yes, Lauren Daigle. I mean, her story is incredible. I mean, and then I kind of like a little bit more country, so Faith Hill, Alison Krauss, like, it's just have a lot of different genres that I really enjoy. So I'm hoping that my future album that we've been working on kind of shows a little bit of everything that I love and enjoy. So.
It's got quite a variety on there.
Yeah, it does.
You have such a unique voice that you have the country. You've got a country style, a country sound and feel to your voice, but yet you can sing other things that are not country at all, and they still fit into that. And you don't make them sound country. You can do different things, and you're very versatile. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Any other thoughts, Nate?
Oh, I guess I can also just say, congratulations in advance. I know it got canceled because of all this stuff, but you were nominated for
Oh yeah.
three different awards at this
Yeah.
year's Kindred Awards and
Yes.
Kindred
Yeah.
Music Awards, and including like, you know, best new artist. And I know earlier we were talking about like, both good and bad,
Mhm.
comments or feedback, but still, I mean, for being a new artist and being nominated three times, that's amazing. And I was so looking forward to see how you did in that I mean, it's not a competition, but you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure when that's going to be held once this kind of blows over, but either
Yeah.
way, win or lose, that's just so cool. I'm so happy for you, as
Yeah.
somebody that we've worked
Thank
with.
you.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
be
Thank
nominated.
I gotta say, when we first got the email, honest to God, thought it was a spam. Like we were like,
Yeah.
right, like, nah, like. And then he kept trying to reach out to us, and we finally got it. That yeah, this is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm nominated for three
Yeah.
different awards. Like this is
Wow.
incredible.
Somebody
But
pinch me.
it was a shame that they had to postpone it. I'm
Yeah.
hoping, hopefully, summer or fall they'll
Yeah.
redo it. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure they will. We're sure they will at some point. That's gonna be great. And hopefully, I mean, we plan that when we'll be there as NoteSpire, but when we're all there, that you'll have a brand new CD to take with you. And
Yes.
Lord willing, I hope
yes,
so. That
yes,
would be
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well,
I'm
Sarah, any
definitely excited
any
to
go
hear
ahead.
that.
Yeah, I know it. It's gonna be fantastic. Um, yeah. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share again with people? Because this probably is the first time that people are getting to see you live on, well, recorded
Yes, it
on
is.
on video. So yeah, it won't be the last time, that's for sure. But yeah, any thoughts that you want to share with you people that are present or future fans?
Um,
Put you on the spot
I just
again, didn't
glory to God.
I?
I I have no desire to seek fame or fortune. Like
Hmm.
seriously, I
Hmm.
am very introverted. It's all for God.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. If
Yeah.
you like it, thank you.
Yeah. There you
There
go.
you go.
That's good. That was good. Well said. Well said. Yeah. It all is for God's glory. Yeah. Yeah. Well, as we wrap up, Nate, why don't you share some of the links and things that
How
people
about
should
Sarah?
know?
Where can people find you online at this
Oh, there
point?
we go. Yeah.
You can find me on SoundCloud. You can just punch in my name in SoundCloud. Or you can go on to NoteSpire YouTube's page and you can find me. You can find my video, Dirt Road Prayer, there. Or you can follow me on my Facebook page. So, where
So,
I,
and that's Sara Colyer Music, right?
yes, Sara Colyer Music. So, yeah,
And that's Sarah with no H.
With no
no,
H. Right.
just sorry,
C.
as can
Right.
be.
Colyer. There we go. Got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, friends, we're gonna the three of us are going to keep discussing things, but we're not going to let you folks in on it. I'm sorry to say, but so we'll end the video here. But friends, thank you so much for being with us as we've talked with Sarah this session, and please do remember that a new CD will be coming very soon. Uh,
Yes.
as the Lord allows and timing and everything allows. But as soon as we can, we want to get this out. But please do follow Sarah. Find her on Facebook and SoundCloud, Sara Colyer, Colyer. And this podcast, as well as all the other podcasts that we do, the audio version as a podcast will be wherever podcasts are streamed and downloaded: iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, you name it, it will be out there. And please check out our YouTube channel, which is NoteSpire Music TV. And that's where this video, you may be watching it there right now, but and please share it. we share it because, as Sarah said, we're trying to do God's work here, and especially now, I think it's very, very important that we share our gifts, just like Sarah is doing. She's she's had her doubts, she's had her issues, she's had things that have maybe the voices that say, no, you can't do this, you're not good enough, whatever, and that might be you right now. But we want Sarah to be, and I know Sarah wants to be, an example of someone who says, you know what, I'm gonna forge ahead, I'm gonna go ahead with God's guidance and God's grace and God's power. And folks, if you do it in His strength, in His name, for Him, it's going to work. It's going to work, and it's going to work in His way. So I think, Nate, we're trying to maybe I'll let you add a little bit there to encourage people to step out.
Yeah, I'm going to share something on our Facebook page that I found the other day in an email mailing list that I'm on, and it talks about artists at this point. Like, some of us feel, am I taking advantage of this situation by creating things and putting them out there? And actually, no. This time more than ever is when creative types can really shine and help people. There are so many people that are struggling right now with just day to day, like how do they get through their day because their whole routine has been disrupted. And it's people like you that are out there right now, singers and musicians and artists, that now's your time to put your creativity out there, put your craft out there, be posting, be sharing, whether it's for profit or not, you are helping people through this crisis. And if you've ever doubted whether what you do is important, it's very important. And you'll see that now, because people are relying on the things that you're producing just to get through the day. And like Sarah said, getting that feedback from people who she either didn't know at all or just barely knew, you never realize who you're touching and how. And God is using this time right now with people like us who are sharing things to just tell people it's okay. God is still there. He's right there with us. And, we're going to get through this together. Yeah. So please don't clam up. Right. Share that stuff with the world.
Right. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, Sarah. Did you have something, Sarah?
No.
Oh, okay.
With an 8, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Was it? I believe, if you're familiar with the Old Testament, it was Mordecai that said to Esther, "Maybe just for such a time as this."
Yes.
As a time as this. And friends, there cannot be enough of us. There can never be too many of us sharing what God has given us. Yeah, we need to do that. So, Sarah, thank you so much. We're going to continue to talk, but I'm going to thank you on the So again, friends, you've had a notes www.NoteSpire Music. That's where you can check all of this out. So, friends, we're going to keep talking, but we'll see you next time. Until then, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Sometimes I get it backwards. Nate?
Take care of each other.
There we go. We got it. All right. Bye, friends. Okay, here we go.
Bye.